Yes, thank you for coming. Yes. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. Looking amazing in that silver and black, I must say. Yes, VIP is to the left, sir. If you give me your name, I'll check, make sure you're on the list. Yes, you have to be on in advance. Weeks in advance, sir. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, Raider Nation report tonight. A lot to talk about. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Guys, you can't smoke that right here by the door. Just step over there a little ways. I love the smell. Smells amazing, but please, not right by the door. Yes, we will be opening the doors very soon. You know, these guys like to run a tight show. They're just making sure everything's in order. Yes, ma'am. You can say hi to the midgets on the way in. Absolutely. VIP to the left. Regular line to the right, please. Doors will be opening very soon. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show.
Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, all you ever heard about my lips. I was twitching, I wasn't breaking when Brady was winning chips. Went to LA, then to Oakland, and now we up on the strip. Dancing with the nation every time we get to 6. 3rd and 13 used to run the ball. Now we got 100, so we changing the call. Tatted on my body, ain't no taking it off. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. Unless they with the nation, ain't no faking involved. All that internal hating, we be shaking it off. Cause we know they just came around Jacobs and Carr. Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
Look, I'm 34 like Bo Jackson. I'm a Raider, long live John Madden. We left Oakland, now we with the Sinners. For Al Davis, we got unfinished business. Look, just win, baby. Defense ain't giving up an inch lately. The offense in clutch, we bout to up the scope. And D-Car ain't stopping till we reach the boat.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live as always from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Just where is that, might you ask? Well, I know it's the off season. You're on the couch now, probably drowning your sorrows. Probably need a reminder, some simple directions. We're still down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and look for our man Joe. He's going to be hanging around there somewhere. He may be laying under a bush. It's like hibernation time for him, you know, because the traffic's fleeting. The change is not aplenty. So as you go by, make sure you share, and he's going to point you in the right direction as he crawls out from under the bush. He's going to tell you to take a left and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you're going to park past this deep dark alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass this alley, a cool breeze, a faint breeze, barely blowing, is going to hit you. It's going to chill you somewhat. Used to be the autumn wind. It will blow again. It's barely blowing right now. But should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. That's what you're going to find at the end. It's a special little place that those of us, a stray little to the dark side of Raider Nation, like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. And as it is every damn Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report. A solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. We have a lot to talk about. Waiting for the off season. Currently, Raider Nation's on couch time with a lot of the other teams. So, just hope to get off of there, get to the off season, and just ready for this season to just be over with. But right now, Allegiant Stadium's dark, and we await the outcome of this season so that we can move on, process, and prepare mentally for what's to come, which is going to be an interesting ride for Raider Nation this offseason. That's for damn sure. It's going to be an interesting ride. We are about to change quarterbacks for the first time since 2014, basically in almost a decade. The franchise is going in a crazy direction. None of us honestly know what direction that is. I don't know if hopefully the regime in charge knows. It's an interesting time for Raider Nation. It's an interesting time. I'm a football fan at heart, so obviously the postseason I watch, I pay attention to, but I'm not enthralled. It's not much watched TV for me. I will always have it on. I'll have the radio call on, or whatever I'm doing. I'm always going to be somewhat in tune with what's going on with the game because I like to watch the end, and I like to watch in the playoffs. When the Raiders are out, I root for no one. It's all about lesser of all evils to me. Which team I would rather see win than all the rest, because I hate them less. Because honestly, I only bleed for one team, and I have 31 enemies. And it's whichever of those 31 I would like to... I could live with the best, I guess, winning. Hurts the least. That's how I look at the postseason. That's how I look at it when it breaks down. So we got to talk about a little of that, man. We've got some stuff to talk about. There's some crazy shit going on in the fucking Raider world. We got the Sparklers choke. We got to talk about that. We got to lead the show off with that. That made everybody smile this weekend. I know it did. We're going to talk about the secondary. We're going to pick a different positional group, and we're going to deep dive into that a little bit over the next few weeks. So we're going to start with the secondary this week. We got some serious quarterback convo to get into. We got the Madden League kicking off, the off-season Raider Reaction Madden League. If you're on the PlayStation format, we got the Madden League kicking off. We are going to be playing for a big badass Raider box that we're going to add to every week. That's going to be the grand prize. First thing we're throwing in there is an autographed Devontae Adams jersey. So if you're interested in getting in our Madden League, hit us up. It's only a $25 buy-in, and Madden Monday will be doing live game calls of games. We'll get more into that as the show goes on. Sponsors, Cool Kids newsletter, the last segment of Used Car Talk. We're pulling Used Car Talk as a weekly segment after this show. Of course, we'll follow along till he's not a Raider anymore, which won't be much longer. But this is the last segment dedicated. This is the last Used Car Talk. All-Pro Team, Fan of the Week. We do have one this week. Divisional round preview. And the WTF. I'm still bouncing back and forth on the WTF, man. I might go a couple directions. It's going to depend how this show goes. It's all on you. It's all on you. It's like Mad Libs. You fill it in, the blanks, and that will determine your WTF. Let's get into this motherfucker, shall we? Let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about. And first off, it's bad when your team doesn't make it into the postseason. It's always, it's disheartening. It's what you look forward to all season. But if your team's not going to make it in, and you got to sit there on the opening weekend of the postseason, and your team's not playing, is there nothing better than to not sit there and close your evening out watching one of your fucking most hated rivals just have the worst choke job in the history of their franchise? Now that's saying a lot when you're talking about the Sparklers. That is saying a lot, because this is a franchise built on losing, built on ineptitude, built on not knowing how to get it accomplished and actually get it done. This is a team that would go to the postseason at 14-2 and get nothing accomplished, just get bounced, take number 1 seeds in, have supposed Hall of Fame players all littered all over their fucking roster, and still can't get it done. But yet this weekend was the worst choke job in the history of their franchise. Elite quarterback? I think not. I think not. Like an old man on coke. Y'all motherfuckers can't finish. Horrible. Horrible. Oh, that was great to watch. That softened the blow of opening playoff weekend for this Raider fan. And thank you, Sparklers. I appreciate it. Thank you. Congratulations. That was fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. After that, the rest of the weekend I was okay. I could deal with it. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me that, and we'll move on. That was just... That was the best I could have ever asked for. Honestly, that right there, that was good. That was the best. That was the best I could take out of that. That was great. I mean, 27 points. Now, as a Raider fan and seeing things things like that have happened this season, I can somewhat sympathize, but I cannot sympathize for the obnoxious 15 Sparkler fans. I can't. Yeah, Bosa acting like a clown. Chad, that was yeah, losing his mind, throwing a fucking fit. I mean, the whole thing. It was just epic theater. It was epic theater of your arch rival just collapsing right in front of you in prime time. Just sitting there, I'm just like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. This is great. I was yelling upstairs to my son, they're gonna fucking lose. He's like, they're gonna lose. He's like, no way. You're kidding me. I was like, I'm telling you, get out of here. That was something else, man. That was great. That made my weekend. That was, man. I mean, as bad as the Raiders tripped all over themselves, the Sparklers just always won them up. Just always won them up. They're just always one up. When it comes to just complete ineptitude as a franchise. They got no fan base. It's just like they get it wrong on every turn. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Yeah, we weren't in the postseason, but you guys barely were either. You like dipped a fucking half a toe in the postseason and got bounced. Out! Get the fuck out of here. Season over. Oh, that's beautiful shit. Even motherfucking Herbert on the sideline begging for a fumble again. Begging for a tie. Do something. Anything to keep me alive. No. It's over. It's all over. All over but the Smurf tears. All over but the Smurf tears. Let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. Let's talk about the secondary of the Las Vegas Raiders. It's been a problem. Been a problem for a while. Thought Trayvon Mullen maybe was going to be that number one. we thought a lot of guys were going to be that answer. You were hoping Averett was going to be that guy. Rocky Sin was promising this year, but banged up, missed time. And it was just never that guy. And was just never really that guy. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because I want to look. Let's start with the corners first, huh? Let's start with the corners. Anthony Averett. Huge disappointment. Yeah, you brought him in, and you thought he was supposed to. He was maybe going to be a solid number one, number two. Really change things on one of the corners, and complete bust. Not healthy. Not a big game changer when he was out there. Burnt a lot. Not the guy you expected him to be whatsoever. To me, you don't bring him back. He's an unrestricted free agent. I don't think you even bring him back. Rocky Sin, on the other hand, I've seen enough out of Rock this season to think I would want to bring him back because you still want to retain some depth somewhere in the secondary on this team. And to me, he's one of the few at corner that I would honestly even want to see back. Amik Robertson, I don't need to see any more of Amik Robertson. I really don't. I think you've seen the best you're going to see out of that guy. He could be gone. I don't think you need to retain him. Webb, I'm not impressed with at either. So he's another one. Honestly, as far as the corners, I would say Rocky Sin. Tyler Hall, I'm interested in maybe seeing a little more out of him. Nate Hobbs, obviously, he's a keeper when you're looking at corner, nickel situations. Hobbs is a keeper. But moving on to safety, I mean, Morig had a sophomore season that was unimpressive. I don't think he even had a pick this season. He made no big splash plays. It was a really downturn from an impressive rookie campaign. I was expecting a lot out of him. Big disappointment. Roderick Teamer, I was not impressed with either. He had flashes here and there, but I don't think he's an answer to me. Deron Harmon's a guy I would entertain bringing back. He did make a few splash plays. He had a few picks this season. Deron Harmon, I would entertain bringing back. Palamau, not impressed whatsoever. Farley, he could go as well. So, I mean, so you're talking keeping Harmon, keeping Rocky Sin, Trayvon Morig deserves another year, and Nate Hobbs and Tyler Hall. Other than that, man, scrap and rebuild for sure. I think you've got to try to go out in free agency, grab a big name, bring a veteran in, try to grab some talent high up in the draft. You got 3 picks in the top 70. So obviously you're thinking veteran or you're thinking rookie as far as quarterback. That depends which direction they're going to go. But either way, you're going to have money. If you go quarterback, you're going to be able to get that a little on the cheap because you're going to have the benefit of the rookie deal. If you go veteran, you're probably going to have to pay depending on which direction you go. Which we're going to work. Fuck it. Let's work right into that. Depending on which direction you're going to go. And because that's really leads everything this offseason is your quarterback conversation. And that's going to lead what you do with your secondary, whether you're going to strike high. Because if you decide to go veteran quarterback, which I think are only really the 2 options that this team's looking at. Because I've had this conversation before. We'll have it again. This guy's career as an NFL head coach, this guy's career is completely tied to the decision he makes right now as to who he brings in under center for the Las Vegas Raiders. He is teetering on the edge of being an absolute failure as a head coach in the National Football League. A complete failed stint in Denver. He looked very bad and unprofessional in the way he backed out at the fucking 11th hour on the Colts. Crawled back into Bill's lap. This is the franchise that gave him another shot. You ran the veteran quarterback out of town that was here for 9 years. You want to call all the shots. You want to put the tools in the toolbox. Here you go. So if you fail, you're never going to get another shot as the head coach. So you either attach yourself to a rookie, which will probably give you 2 seasons, because you're going to get a learning curve season, and then they're really going to expect something that second year. Or you bring in a veteran, and you think you can get it done now. But if you fail, this is probably your last stop as a head coach. So this is a huge decision for him. So I really think he only goes one of 2 directions. I really do. He goes youth and goes one of possibly these 3 guys in the draft, which is a distinct possibility. There's even been talk of the Raiders moving up a pick or 2. You've got something that's going to happen with Derek Carr. Maybe there could be a pick leveraged in that deal. Possibly. Who fuck knows? There's lots of options. Crazy things happen on draft day. But there are quite a few talented quarterbacks. There's even the quarterback out of Florida that I've heard tied to the Raiders. Are they in love with one of these rookies that are coming out? Do they think this is the guy and they're going to hitch their future to this? Or are they going to go veteran? MVP. Former Super Bowl champion. Here you go, Brady. They just fired his offensive coordinator this morning. He's horribly unhappy. You've seen his post-game press conference. That was a goodbye speech to Tampa. He is officially a free agent. He's on the market. There's already been so many ties made to Josh McDaniels wanting to crawl on his lap like his favorite fucking cat. Is it Brady? Is it Rodgers? The reunion with Devontae Adams? Are they going to go that direction? Because it looks like Rodgers is probably done in Green Bay as well. So is it one of these options? Or do you go Lamar? Do you go hard to the hole for Lamar? They're probably going to franchise tag Lamar, which means the only possibility he's going to get out of there is via trade. And if he ultimately just puts his foot down and doesn't want to play for the Ravens, and the fact he didn't go to the fucking playoff game, you're the leader, you're the face of the franchise, and you don't even go to the playoff game, I mean, that's a bad look. There's some sort of fracture. There's always been some sort of issue between Lamar and the Ravens. They've just never embraced the guy. And he's a league MVP. I don't understand it. They don't want to throw the money at him. They just don't think he's the guy. Now, he has missed some time the last 2 years. Is this a guy that you think you're interested in Lamar? There are people that really think you can just roll with these two. Chase Garbers and Jarrett Stidham. Then fuck it. We'll just stick with what you got in house and build on defense. Draft the best overall defensive player you can get in the first round. Do the best in the second. Do that in the third. Flip this defensive script and roll with Stidham and Garbers. There's a lot of people that think that should be the direction this team goes. And I can make a strong argument for that. But you're doing it off a very small sample size of a solid preseason. One really good game against the Niners. And not a stellar game against the Chiefs. But did have some bright spots in that game as well. Garbers has some nice preseason tape. but he's a young and he's an unknown. So there's your scenarios, really. It's going to be interesting. A different guy under center for the first time for a long time. And it looks by the comments, I think everybody's pro Lamar, probably more. Everybody, in just my unofficial polling of comments through the groups and in our different social medias, I would say Brady is wanted the least. People would accept Rodgers because they can see he has a couple years left in him. And he's basically coming off of an MVP campaign, a season or two ago. He's still got juice. Everybody's debating whether Brady has the juice, and everybody just hates Brady in general. It seems to be people would be more favorable of taking a shot at Lamar. To me, Lamar is an insane, talented quarterback. He's just relies too much on his legs, and a mobile quarterback, to me, you can have that amazing season like he had his MVP run. You can have that. And if you can dodge bullets and keep from getting hurt and stay healthy, you can have this fucking amazing season. But it just concerns me that over the past two, you haven't seen that happen. He hasn't been able to sustain that. When he's on, they're on. But when they get hurt and they lose that dynamic and that aspect of that game, then they're forced to become just a pocket passer. I don't know, man. It concerns me. But we're about to go down. We're about to go down another road that we haven't went down in a while. So it's time to have those. It's time to have those conversations, man. It's gonna be something along these lines. You're gonna go Lamar. You're gonna go veterans. You're going to stick with what you got. Or you're going to go rookie. That's pretty much where it's at. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Somebody new is definitely going to be under center. Definitely going to be under center for your Las Vegas Raiders in 2023. It ain't going to be Derek Carr. That shit's fractured. He's took it to church. It's over. It's over. We are kicking off our 2023 Raider Reaction Offseason Madden Challenge League. This is our third or fourth season of doing our offseason Madden Challenge League. We've done Madden Challenge Tournament before, but we're kicking off our league again. Richard, our defending champ, will be back as the Raiders, defending his crown. Shit. Nobody's ever beaten Richard. He's undefeated in all of our Madden seasons and our tournament. Somebody needs to come knock Richard off his fucking perch. I'm telling you. So, defending champ is the Raiders. All the rest of our owners in the league get handed a shell of a team. Our draft is going to be Sunday, February 26th. We will start about 9 a.m. Eastern time, and the draft takes all damn day. You're going to put together your entire team, and then as soon as it's over, everybody can do a little tweaking to their teams, and then away we go. And it's on. It's a $25 buy-in. We've got a big badass Raider box that we're going to add prizes to every single week. We're going to start off with an autographed Devontae Adams jersey. And then we're going to add to it every single week. We got several sponsors on board to add prizes. And the end, our grand prize winner gets the big badass Raider box, whoever the league champion is. Richard down there gloating in the comments, I see. If you play on the PlayStation format, you're interested in getting in, all you got to do is message the page, send us a message to our website, go to Raider Reaction Sports on Facebook, go to our Instagram, our Twitter, anything, just send us a message, say you want to get in the Madden League, and we will get you in. We're going to start advertising a lot bigger, and I've got the ad about done. And we'll be running that the rest of the week and start to advertise a little more to try and fill this bad boy up. But if you're interested, you want in, hit me up. It's $25 buy-in. Get in. We are going to have Madden Mondays starting right after that. That following Monday on February 27th will be our first Madden Monday. We'll be doing live game calls of league play. And right here on the page, I will be doing live game commentary of Raider Nation battling it out all over the damn world. Our Raider Action 2023 Madden Challenge. If you're interested, hit us up. The sponsors: bettingsports.eu, Clear Live Streams. Go to our RaiderReaction.com website. Homepage, there's a button for each one of them, and that will take you to both of our sponsors. That way you can get hooked up from bettingsports.eu. Takes you to our Raider Reaction landing page, and Clear Live Streams. Get your stream hookup to watch all your games, man. Raider Nation, hooking up Raider Nation. Just click that button, send them a message, tell them you want the hookup, and Bryant will hook you up. And of course, become a cool kid like JoJo, like Michelle, like Chad doesn't have a badge. What happened, Chad? Chad's not a cool kid anymore. Doesn't look like. Chad has lost his badge. Al Romero, you need to get one too. But there's some cool kids out there. If you want to be one of the cool kids, you got to click that button flying around the video that you're watching right now. Or you got to click that button at the top of our Raider Reaction Sports Facebook page and become a official subscriber of Raider Reaction. And then, of course, it gets you in the raffles and all that good stuff at the beginning of the month, every month. And I got everybody's packages together. They're going out this week, so all of this month's stuff's going out. I'll have the hopper empty. I'll actually got the prizes for the fantasy. Everything is going out. It's in packages, so we got that shit taken care of. So this week, over the next week, you'll have sprinklings of silver and blackness coming from Raider Reaction all over the country. So we appreciate you all. And then while you're at RaiderReaction.com checking out our goodies, scroll down to the bottom, throw your email in there, and hit that button, and then you'll be subscribed to our Dark Side newsletter we send out at the first of every month. That's enough of my fucking weekly Billy Mays pitch. Dan's got a badge. You're damn right, Dan. Because Dan's a cool kid. It slices and dices and juliennes. It's silver and black. It's time. The highly anticipated. The final. The last. Used car talk. We're going to drop this as a weekly segment after tonight. I'm moving on. I'm moving on from the Derek Carr conversation because I don't feel like it has any sort of positive direction going forward. I don't. It just creates negative talk, creates negative conversation, and it's going to go down a negative road. Derek Carr, I think, was the perfect quarterback for this franchise for the time and the flux that it was. This was a team, they couldn't even make it barely through a month with a quarterback and knowing what direction this franchise was going for a long time after Rich Gannon. It was a rough road. And then finally Derek Carr came along. Derek Carr was safe. There was no controversy with Derek Carr. He was consistent. He was a good leader. He did what he was asked. He was a yes man. He was what the team needed at that time. It allowed you a piece to build around with the quarterback. It gave you a guy that was there for 16, then 17 games a year. This was the guy that the franchise needed. I don't think he should be looked at in a negative aspect on his way out the door because the franchise did not achieve under his regime, under his era with the Raiders. It's unfortunate that by a large percentage of the fan base, it's going to be looked at that way. I don't look at the departure or the divorce between the Raiders and Derek Carr as a negative thing. It's just something that has to happen. It's just something that needed to happen. Change has to happen in sports if you're just not achieving success. You just can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. And the fact of the matter is, Josh McDaniels' future in this league is tied to the success of this team right now, and they just didn't like what they seen out of Derek Carr this year. It wasn't a positive year for Derek Carr. It was definitely a down year. It wasn't one of his most stellar years. It was definitely a down year. He was inaccurate at times. He wasn't strong with his conviction and where he was going to go with the ball. He was inaccurate. I just don't think he worked through things and did things in the manner that they wanted them to be done on the field. And I think that was an issue very, very early. I think that was an issue very early in this relationship with Josh McDaniels and Derek Carr. And I think it created issues. As much as I don't like Josh McDaniels, I think he's a weasel. You had the number one running back in the league. You had a wide receiver that had a statistical year like Davante Adams. You did some great things at certain times. You don't do that if you're just an absolute hack. So you start to wonder, was there more to the Carr disconnect with the head coach? And maybe that was covered up a little bit during the season to save him a little face? I mean, I get the defense, and everybody throws the defense in. I get the defense, and the defense is the trump card, but the defense! And everybody wants to throw that trump card in. And I get it. And it's warranted. But you can't always throw it on the defense. If the offense scores more points in a lot of these games this season, scores more than 20 fucking points, you win games. You got to score 30 points a game in this NFL. I agree with Al. I don't think the whole story's out when it comes to what's going on behind the scenes with Derek Carr and what it actually boiled down. I don't think Derek Carr bought in. I think there was a disconnect in the system. I don't think maybe he doesn't like the system. Maybe it doesn't work for him. I don't know. There's something going on, and I'm just ready to completely move on from this topic, this storyline. I agree, Robert Paul. Defenses do win Super Bowls. Defenses win championships. But quarterbacks win big playoff games. Somewhere along the playoffs, your quarterback must elevate and put the team on their back, usually, and win one. Defenses ultimately help you win championships, but it takes a great quarterback to get there. Somewhere along the line, your quarterback's going to have to put the team on his fucking back, walk him down the fucking field, do something amazing against another world-class organization on the other side of the field. And, frankly, Derek just didn't get it done. That's it, man. We're closing down. We're closing down the car lot. No more used car talks. They're over. We'll close it down. Closing down the car lot. We're out of the used car business, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about All Pro. Let's talk about All Pro, shall we? Davante Adams. Cole, Josh Jacobs. 3 at the best at their position in the entire league. And you have a 4th that arguably should have been there that's not there with them. That's for damn sure. Because you could definitely make the argument for Mad Max. He made second team All-Pro. There were some solid guys, and only 2 could make it. So, but this is the Raiders are the team with the most players on the All-Pro team that aren't playing in the postseason this year. There's just so many reasons this team should have succeeded. I think more blame needs to be humped on the quarterback than a lot of people want to place. That's just my opinion. Because when you've got this type of production around you, have a good night, Daryl. Thank you for joining as always, brother. I don't know. It's just such a weird season, man. This is such a weird season. It's such a strange pill to swallow for this season. I just... And the fact that now you're losing a generational quarterback. I mean, because for a whole generation of Raider Nation, that's their quarterback. I mean, realistically, Derek was it. He's a generational quarterback. An entire generation of Raider Nation grew up with him. My son grew up with Derek. He was like, what, 5 or 6? Rocking his Carson Palmer jersey? And then he switched to Carr. And, he's 16. He's grown up with Derek Carr. So it's a big change. It's a big change, man. But you're getting this. I mean, you're getting... Devontae Adams is coming back. Everybody that says Devontae Adams was leaving, if Carr was leaving, that's bullshit. And you've obviously seen that was bullshit. He's coming back. The talk is Josh Jacobs wants to come back. The Raiders want Josh Jacobs back. He should be coming back as well. So it's going to be interesting. You're going to get a quarterback is going to come in with possibly one of the best situations that you could get handed as a new quarterback coming in. I mean, you're going to get Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. Jakob Johnson is a solid fullback. You're getting, the 10th ranked offensive line. I think you're going to add to that. They're only going to get better. You just got to add the right quarterback to this mix, and you could really be set up for instant success. I'm torn, man. I'm torn because I've had to sit down and look at real reality, I guess, as a fan, and what you could be forced to embrace in 2023. We could realistically being forced to embrace one of these two as the quarterback, the leader of the Las Vegas Raiders. That is a fucking reality. A reality of trying to trade for Lamar Jackson. That's a reality. I don't think this is a reality. I don't think Stidham and Garbers rolling with them is a reality. I think there's a strong possibility they want to go rookie, though. And they may want to move up. But I think they're going to try to load it up with a quarterback and make a run and then try to build the defense. Because on offense, you don't need a lot of tweaks. Add a quarterback, add some more talent to the offensive line. That's it. Bring back Matt Collins. He's a unrestricted free agent. Bring him back. Throw in some young depth at wide receiver and rock and roll. There's just, it's going to be, so you've got to look hard and you've got to accept the fact we can't just, because every time I've thrown it up, I've thrown his picture up. I've thrown Rodgers' picture up on the page in Raiders gear. I threw one, and everybody's fuck that. Fuck that. Well, listen, Raider Nation, I'm sorry. Derek Carr is not coming back to grab the ball and go under center for Game 1 in the 2023 season. You've got to accept it. You got to fucking accept it. It's gonna be somebody else. It's gonna be somebody else. Who do you want it to be? Who do you want it to be? Because it ain't going to be Derek Carr. Can you live with Tom Brady rocking number 12 in silver and black? Aaron Rodgers. Because, man, I just think there's such... This is so important to Josh McDaniels' career. I just think he wants some familiarity, and I think Brady is such a strong possibility. And man, I'm having to dig deep to see if I can even accept that as a fan. That's a tough pill to swallow right there. But it just looks more, unless it's a rookie and they're just so in love with one of these rookies. Because the positive thing about a rookie, like I've said before, is it'll buy you a couple years. They're not expecting the rookie to succeed the first season, and they're not expecting him to grasp your system right out of the gate. So you almost get the first year, as long as it's not like epic fucking tank job. You almost get the first year. And then they're expecting something the second year. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. But we've got to accept it, Raider Nation. We've got to accept it. It's about to change. Our world is about to change, and we're going to start cheering for somebody else. It's going to be weird. It's been a while. But we'll get through it. And somebody else will be toting the rock and tossing it around the yard for the silver and black. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am, honestly. I'm looking forward to some change. I'm looking forward to some damn change with the franchise. I really am. It's time for Raider Reaction Fan of the Week on the Raider Nation Report every Tuesday. We fan of the week. It is the easiest damn contest that there is to win. Literally the easiest damn contest. All you got to do is send us a picture of you rocking your silver and black, a picture or a video of you rocking your silver and black. Say, I want to be fan of the week, and we're going to respond back, give you a thumbs up or some sort of acknowledgement that we got it, and we're going to throw you in line to be fan of the week. It's that simple. You nominate yourself. It's the easiest contest there is to win. So, we do have somebody who nominated themselves for Fan of the Week, and they are a very deserving Fan of the Week this week. They're always in the show. I do believe I've seen them in the show tonight. So let's throw them up there. Our Fan of the Week this week, rocking his silver and black, Devontae Adams. Brian Orwig, our Fan of the Week this week. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you for watching and hanging out with us here at Raider Reaction. We appreciate your support. I know Brian's in the group. He's always on the page. He's always in the shows. He's always interacting with us, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you. Send me your address to the page, Brian, and we will get you out to a little Raider Reaction price pack. I will try to get it out with this shipping that I'm going out tomorrow and the next day with. If I can get off my lazy ass and get it done tomorrow night. You won't have to wait a week or two. So, but I'll make no promises, Brian. But it will be coming your way sooner or later. But thank you, Brian. As always, we appreciate you, my man. We appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys. So, if Fan of the Week, it's easy. There he is. I knew. I thought I saw you out there. What's up, Brian? Appreciate all you guys, man. And thank you for supporting Raider Reaction. We do appreciate it. This is the time. This is the time of the season when you see who the real diehard fans that still want to talk about the team when there ain't even no football going on. All the other teams are playing. They're postseason's going on, the championships being fought for, and our team's just sitting on the couch, and we still want to, you're still interested. And there's still a lot of storylines going on with what's going on with the Raiders as a franchise. The offseason, to me, is a very interesting time. I enjoy it. It's, it's when the team as a whole starts to form, as to what you're going down the fucking road with for the next season. So I enjoy the off season, and we enjoy fans like Brian who are gonna stroll with us through this off season as we prepare for the 2023 season. And we're gonna try to keep it entertaining around here. We got some new shows on Wednesday night. We've got some new Raider Reaction Roadshow episodes that are going to be popping up with our Raider collectibles, my collection, and go out and hunting for collectibles and all that good shit. So we've got some episodes of that we're going to start running. Fight Night's going to start coming back around on Saturday nights. We're going to start putting some production into more of our off-season stuff, the Madden League, shit like that. So we will have some content to hopefully keep Raider Nation going through the off-season, and give us ways to interact and with you guys as well through the off season. So, if you're interested in getting in the Madden League, man, if you're not, listen, you do not have to be a Madden guru to play in our Madden League. I will come right out and say that. If you are just a very average player and you just want to have a fun, competitive league with a bunch of other Raider fans, we got a group chat. Everybody's very cool in our chat. Everybody gets along. We've got a great little community built for this little league. We just need to grow it. We just need to keep adding a few more every year so that we can get a full 32 going. We want to fill the thing. So we got great prizes. There's all silver and black prizes that we send out to you guys. We do flash prizes all season long. It is definitely worth the $25 buy-in that you throw in. That just helps us with shipping. Shipping's a bitch, man. That just helps pay for shipping, helps pay for all the prizes that we give out, and because every penny you guys put in, we just send back out in our contests and the stuff that we do in shipping or fucking purchasing prizes, what have you, one way or another, merchandise, fucking, it all goes back in somehow. Trust me, we're it's not a lot of profit turned, but so whatever. We give back, and we got midgets to feed, and all that shit. But we're just a grassroots project, so we do appreciate each and every damn one of you guys' support. The guys that throw stars, all you guys, we appreciate you. But if you do want to get in the Madden League, man, the Madden League's a lot of fucking fun. I am not a big baller in Madden, but I'm telling you what, I've been playing some fucking Madden this season, getting ready for this one. I don't totally suck. I've even beat my son a few times, so watch out. Commish might be shocking you. It sucks. Like, I gotta get stuck with some shit ass team every year. I had to play with the fucking Jets last year. I'm not playing with the Jets this year. Spoiler. You gotta be just message the page, and I'll get you the info to get in the league, Brian. It's very simple. And then we'll just add you in the chat with everybody else. The draft is gonna be February 26th. We're gonna do our fantasy draft. You're just handed a shell of a team. Everybody gets a shitty team that they don't want. Only one owner gets the Raiders, and that's our defending champ. So we allow you to draft your players. So the complete fantasy draft. So you get your whole team gets drafted. You get to pick your whole team. It's a good time. We're all just a bunch of older guys, some younger guys. It's a good mix of us. We don't rush through the league. It takes us months to play the season. We communicate inside the league, set up the matchups. We make sure everybody gets a chance to play their game. We don't push our way through it. We allow the league to organically work its way through the season. And at the end, around June, July, we cap it off with the Super Bowl, and we win some prizes and hand out some goodies. So if you're interested, get in. We're gonna start advertising the shit out of it over the next few weeks. Get this thing filled up. We got a little over a month. Let's get her filled up. Let's talk the rest of this season. Jags beating the Sparklers was epic. That choke job was that was just things that Raider dreams are written about. That's just great. Watching that, on the first weekend of the postseason when your team's not in it. That just softened the blow just a little bit. That was great. The Dolphins put up a good fight being -2, but we all knew the Bills were going to move on. I don't think we're surprised by any of these matchups. No Lamar in the Bengals-Ravens game, so you got Bengals-Bills, you got Jags-Chiefs, you got Giants-Eagles in the third matchup there, and then you got the old renewed rivalry Cowboys-Niners. So you got some interesting matchups coming into the divisional round of this week, and here are my picks. Here are my picks for what I'm seeing. I don't think the Jags even hang with the Chiefs at all. I'm hoping that it's another spectacular Jags win and they knock off another AFC West rival for us Raider fans. That would be great to see, but I just don't see it. The Bengals and the Bills, I don't think the Bills are for real. I just don't. I think you've seen it against the Dolphins. I think the Bengals win. I think you're looking at the Bengals and the Chiefs, and I think you're looking at possibly the Bengals being back in the Super Bowl again. I think that's what you're looking at. I think Joe Burrow looks like the class of what's going on out there in the AFC right now, to me. Over in the NFC, I believe in the Giants, man. The Giants looked really damn good. I think the Eagles are fraudulent. I think they've had a soft schedule. I think they've been fraudulent all fucking season. And I think that shows this week. I don't think they get it done against the Giants again this go round. And I think the Cowboys take care of the Niners. I just don't believe that the rookie quarterback, Brock Purdy, can just keep it going. He's due for a clunker. He's due for a game where he's going to have several interceptions. And I just think he's due. And I think this is going to be the game. I think you're looking at Niners-Giants. I think you're looking at Bengals-Giants in the Super Bowl. I think that's what it's headed down to. And we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if I'm wrong. I don't know. I didn't do very good last week. I was wrong in the Jags. No. Was I wrong in the Jags-Chargers game? I think I picked the Chargers to beat them, but I wanted the Jags to win. But I picked the Chargers. I did pick the Bucks to beat the Cowboys, and I picked the Bitch Pigeons to beat the Niners. So I picked the Vikings to win as well. So I didn't do very good in the NFC picks at all. Oh, midgets! Easy there, fellas. Easy. A little premature there. We got one more segment yet that we got to get into. Easy. That's my divisional round, man. That's how I see it shaking out. So we'll see how that works out. One more segment is what we have for you all. Just a little something that we like to call the WTF. It's a strange time in Raider Nation. It's a strange time. A decade, basically. A generation has grown up with Derek Carr at quarterback. It's a change. I get it. But I don't understand the negativity and the fire for Derek on the way out the door. Derek should be paraded, thanked. He should have much more of a positive pass out the door from the fan base that has cheered him on for so long. I think it's being a little too negative by a lot of people. I understand that a lot of people don't like change. I understand that he was a controversial quarterback. But the fact of the matter is Derek Carr was the first quarterback of the Raiders that had to go through this social media generation. He's been the quarterback of the team through 9 years, through the blossoming of social media, of Instagram, of Twitter, of Facebook, of fucking jackasses like me who can sit and broadcast and talk about them, who all of this different media has now grown. And he's had to be the first quarterback ever in the history of the Raiders that has to go through that and that type of scrutiny all the time. I think, like I said earlier in the show, that Derek was the perfect quarterback for this franchise at the time that he came on. This was a team in such flux for so long, they needed stability. They needed consistency. They needed a fucking stale, no controversy, squeaky clean motherfucker like Derek Carr, who could go out there every single week and be there, healthy and consistent. I don't understand the negativity for Derek on the way out the door. I understand if you wanted the change. I understand if you wanted a new quarterback. I was getting in that line with you. And I'd been in that line before. I get it. But I do thank Derek Carr for everything he's done as a Raider. And I think every single member of Raider Nation should as well. That dude stood through a lot of dysfunction, a lot of bullshit that this franchise put him through. And to be negative of that guy on the way out the door, what the fuck? He doesn't deserve it. He really doesn't. I don't wish him any luck down the road. I wish him nothing but failure. I'm sorry. If you didn't succeed in the silver and black, I never want to see you succeed. Hopefully you can keep a job and be gainfully employed somewhere else in the National Football League, but I don't want to see you succeed there. Everybody that says, I hope he does well. I don't. What the fuck? I don't want to see him in the playoffs or something. Fuck that. No. I hope you go somewhere else and suck for eternity and then ride the hell out. It is what it is. Once a Raider, always a Raider. But while you're still playing, if you ain't a Raider, you're the enemy. You can be once a Raider, always a Raider starts after you retire to me. Right now, you're the enemy. It's not once a Raider, always a Raider. Not while you're still fucking playing. No. That goes into effect after retirement. And that's it. Thank you for joining me, man, each and every damn one of you. Make sure you follow us on all of your social media platforms. I'm wrapping up the Fantasy Football Leagues with Fantasy Show tomorrow night. And then I'll be back Thursday night. And then we got Raider WAP, the Raider Process Show, our new Friday night show. One of our new hosts joining the Raider Reaction crew for this off season. You'll be seeing him on Friday nights. Fight nights coming soon. Chad down there looking naked with no badge. Shameful. I'm out of here. Until next time, I'm out. Peace. Love. Raider Nation.